Now, hello everybody. This is BOSELLI. It's a big honor for me because that is one of the greats in the Como area of Italy. We have here of course Marco, who is a real BOSELLI from the family because it's still a family company, and Nello, who is the right hand person who is very strong in everything that is stretch and performance fabrics. And we're going to talk about a new company that we all know very well for its satin and its jacquard products, which are incredibly popular at a certain moment. Especially, it was the big trend in lingerie to have placed jacquard on bras, but the big focus of Boselli is a new world, and that new world is more active. It's also a world where they talk about vertical production, also a world where they see more and more customized products, where they use their enormous know-how, especially, and their fantastic 122 years of archives. Do not forget that, with the most fantastic jacquard motifs to be reused and reworked and digitalized, but a wealth of information. And the most important thing why I absolutely thought it was a must to have them here and to show is their newest product. And then I let Marco and Nello talk themselves in their newest product. And you all are quite focused on one size or two size or three size ranges to reduce the enormous cost of the growing morphology problems with sizes, and show us the caviar, and that product is coming from Boselli. It's a woven jacquard. Show us, Nello. It is free cut. It can be bonded. It is as beautiful as you can get. It has a transparency and a hand feel which is enormous.
Yeah.
And that product shows the panty. We want to see the panty. We want to. Don't be shy with a panty. I think but you see the enormous stretch, the enormous stretchability. That means that to cover extra small to extra large, you only need three sizes. So that's an enormous advantage. It's typical, something I see in the better collections, in collections where they use weavers lace, beautiful material. And in the meantime, an evolution. So what is the evolution of this now? Jacquards, of course, jacquards.
Yeah, the jacquard is this, the evolution of this kind of.
Yeah. So that is closer to the camera. So that is, of course, a big difference with the normally woven of knitted super stretches. Then, of course, you can imagine that also in different colors. And what I found interesting as well, that you keep a lot of colors on stock.
Yeah,
So that
and
means
there is a news.
Yeah, we are launching the e-shop or internet shopping with no limitation of meters orders. So this would help a lot for the small, let's say, starter who wants to start and work on this business and try. And they can buy the quantity they want, and this allows a good service for everybody.
and guys, don't forget Italian colors. Huh? That's different.
Yeah,
After all, there is a very
most,
beautiful color card. I saw it. I mean, must say that basically all those colors are delightful. Because that is very important. But that is not your only focus. Your focus is reinventing actually your jacquard, your yarn making, engineering yarns that are specific for a new world where there's a lot of hybrid products between sport and lingerie, and everybody looks at innovation there. Give us a little bit an idea what you're doing.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, Jos, because that is the okay, the very famous, very important, rich design created by Jacquard and satin. So you can see the silk in Jacquard and the very evolution of traditional Jacquard satin, this kind of underwear evolution that it was okay still existing, but because there is this idea to evolve and keep updating the technology of the yarn, because we are verticalization, we have a verticalization organization. The production starts from the yarn. We can create the yarn and make this kind of pattern using the GRS, Global Recycle Standard yarn. So recycling from the plastic bottles. And then we can create a new jacquard that are more focused for outerwear, always with the advantage of the look is updating for the contemporary style, and in the meantime is absolutely sustainable as a new product. And we have a kind of a new jacquard. Again, this machine is creating this kind of tools with this kind of product are always declared like GRS.
Hello, we are designers. We want to see it better. Can you show that? Now this is very, very interesting. You also talked about, and I remember a fantastic the moment that is this new strategy, this new vision of BOSELLI. I remember coming to Cannes, and there suddenly there was a whole stand with a sort of seersucker fabrics, especially for beachwear. Tell me about that. Was that very successful? That your new strategy on the swimmer market?
Yeah, we had a good result on this kind of products, especially 3D effects on the swimwear.
So this has a little blistery effect. It's very, very good.
We call them, and they are working very well. Then we do customizing design also quite a lot.
That must be for an Austrian client. No, it looks very.
Yeah, what is amazing, Jos, it was, as you said, we go through the archive of the silk production of these enormous, beautiful patterns made in silk when BOSELLI was developing only silk. And we keep from the history, from the archive of BOSELLI, the best silk product. The best and modern design, it was the cloquet. Cloquet is a particular construction of the fabric. And we said, okay, we keep the history, the best in fashion for silk, and we put the technical yarn. We use a new technical yarn developed in BOSELLI production plant, developed only and exclusively to put this new evolution of cloquet, silk history, and we create the cloquet tech, this kind of new matelassé, but perfectly, absolutely perfectly breathable, very quick dry, absolutely perfect for swimwear.
And not only, because this is the other point, we are moving towards the sports area with this kind of fabric. So fashion.
How does it look then? You think about engineered design, about engineered jacquards, about logos. How does that develop then further?
There are surfaces that are very simple surface like this. We have a very simple surface design like this, but simple, but in the meantime, you need a technical construction because it's not just very simple. We need, because as soon you have a so small pattern, you need perfect yarn, always perfect machine working for thousand for meter. And yeah, on top of this, of course, we are working with this kind of exclusive design. We are now working a lot for the in the logo for the high fashion. We can say
I
Gucci,
can
we can
imagine.
say Louis Vuitton, and delivery this kind of
Oh,
exclusive pattern. We work a lot. We work a lot in closely with the customer and developing a custom project. We keep a lot information and idea from the archive because it's perfectly organized and we can just digit the keywords and we have a very easily and very quick, beautiful pattern from the archive.
I have another question, and what about brass? Brass is a focus of the whole world at the moment, especially the link between sport and lingerie. And there's a lot of talk here about engineering of strength, engineering of stretch. Everybody talks about it. What are you doing there? Engineering, because that's a real word of magic at the moment in the lingerie industry. Everybody is talking about engineering. Ooh, that's my telephone.
Okay. We are working, for example, in this kind of product. We engineer again. We create this top sport bra from Boselli, developing and again an exclusive new fabric called Gavia, and
Okay.
it is perfectly fit. It is one fabric, only one fabric to make everything, every details of this bra. That is very smooth, very thin, with a high support, helping a lot the movement, and all the athletes, because it has been developed with the support of the technical lab, has been tested from the athlete, not only, and you can see, no, in this kind of sport, and in the boxing too, all the athletes, they said as a feedback is perfect. So that is this kind of engineering new development. So listening the needs of the market. And again, for example, we listen a lot about the needs, as you said, to have this one garments that sit and address three different sizes, because the customer said, our client said, we need a problem about the sustainability, because with the e-commerce we sell or the customer, the people are buying three different panty because they don't know exactly which is the best size for them, and they return normally two. If we develop one panty that is useful to dress, is a cost saving, more efficiency and efficacy about the company, and is a more sustainable even at the end. The
Yeah,
carbon.
that is a thing that is absolutely certain. That is one of the big worries as well of the internet sales, all the returns, and and also the enormous for shops, the enormous stock they need.
Yes,
There's another yes.
it will continue to stretch, but you can see it's again perfectly clean, not curling. That is the reason why.
Did you also wash it 30 times?
Yeah, yeah. Not I
Okay.
didn't dress. I didn't dress, of course, but of
Because
course.
that is now the norm, huh? And you have to, that is, the norm has gone up to 30 times. I think it was 20 or something like that. It's now important that we keep our things as long as possible. But you were talking indeed about sustainability, not only from a material point of view, but from a user point of view, from how the product is behaving. I heard more and more also in the lingerie industry. The same size problems for panties are also for bras, where for instance Triumph has launched a range which is called Fit Smart, which is done with pen, and of course it's a knit, but that also the fabric on itself is engineered to reduce the amount of sizes. And that is certainly, I can see that for you as well with one of your beautiful jacquard. If you are placing them you should be able to play around with probably with that idea of engineered control. By the way, I am fascinated, absolutely fascinated by pajamas. That is, it starts to become an obsession. Because we know that in this sort of lockdown, and even when we go to a sort of new normal, we will work a lot at home. There are people who are constantly dressed in a legging, good product as well, to reinvent in a jacquard so that it looks a little bit more appetizing. But and they wear a legging and a kind of sweatshirt. But people like me, I don't like that because I'm a fashion obsessed. So I discovered the pajama as the most ideal garment, and then I thought about what kind of fabrics I want. Certainly something with stretch if it's possible, something with a beautiful pattern if it's possible, something which is easy washable. Then I started to shop around, and there was not much, and I can imagine that recycled polyester in a beautiful jacquard, in a pattern what fits our trends, is that something you thought about? Because that is also a product which is sitting between two worlds. It's typical a hybrid product. Tell us about it. Give me a little bit food for my bra obsession.
Yeah,
and bra and pajama obsession too. I have.
We thought about this issue of lockdown and stay at home since 1 year ago, no? When we started to face this, and again, thanks to the history, there is a huge history about the pyjama. If you go to the history of pyjama and kimono and homeware, for sure you can recognize how thousands of meters have been sold from BOSELLI, from Max Spencer to million.
Yeah, but that's the first thing.
Just say Preola or just say Tivano, it is a kind of word. Open the door for everybody knows this kind of loungewear, homeware word. So that is just to say we want ties, pattern, we want a flower pattern, colors, everything is possible. But we are working on recycled yarn. So we are developing the same material performance in Tivano, so using the recycled yarn. And of course, we are selling as a solid, and there are a lot of customers, not too much, but there are customers that they are selecting this fabric to produce their own prints, or they are buying this.
What is a good weight, by the way, for because a lot of people are asking that, because we certainly are, because that those products are not pajamas to sleep in. It's the shape of the thing. It's like a jogging suit. It's always the same shape. Yeah. And it's like menswear. It's always the same shape. You only change the colors and the pattern.
Yeah.
So it's quite a nice market.
Yeah, the fabric is between 100 grams per centimeter to 120. That is the range of the fabric that we have, with a little bit of stretch, not with the elastomeric, but is because of the construction is a mechanical easy stretch. So this kind of comfort is created not because of the lycra content, but is 100% recycled polyester. So you can reuse, upcycling, this kind of process of sustainability is absolutely well acceptable for this kind of product, and because this kind of got made by the construction of the material, because we know how to create the yarn, how to manage the recycled yarn, and how to create the pattern, the technical construction of the fabrics to create this kind of comfort.
How do you see yourself in 2 years' time? Yeah, but in an ideal world.
My dear,
absolutely, this world is not ideal at the moment.
Not only 2 years. we made during the lockdown, we made a very deep, intense work in analyzing what will be the future of textile and Boselli's 2035.
Okay.
So we go deep, analyzing what is the actual situation, but which are the phenomena in the future which can happen, and we are preparing the company, and for sure the technology, we can say the technology, innovation of technology, and the communication. We are working, and you can see very deep and a lot in what has been changed in the communication. We are doing a lot in the fabrics, the performance. You can see the recycling, the best satin in polyester, different kind of end use of the product. But what is important, so that is technology in the company, and at the other side is the communication. We are going.
Okay. I can imagine you would like to talk about that for very long, because 35 that's a long time. But I would like to say to everybody looking at the new Boselli that you absolutely have to see them as problem solvers of your if you want something very special, work with them, because the future certainly is much more in what I understand from you, vertical companies and collaborative design projects. Did I say that well?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. I stop here my recording, and I wish you a lot of success. I hope this whole situation is quickly over. But on the other hand, I have the feeling that a lot of companies like yourself have used that time to think a lot, and your thinking certainly have produced very interesting products. Thank you very much, and bye bye.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you.